I brought Taylor last year. She was about 11 and a half to her regular pediatric wellness visit. And that's when they do the typical bend over test. And that's when the doctor showed me her spine and how it was looking. They suggested we get x-rays, kind of see where it's at. At that point, she was already into like that surgery threshold. So that wasn't an option for me. I'm not going to put my child under invasive surgery like that if there's something that we can do to help minimize that curve. We first heard about clear scoliosis down here last year through our chiropractor. She suggested that we talk to Tony once Taylor was diagnosed with scoliosis.
Talking to Kristen was saying, okay, this is the potential, and this is something I make sure that every one of my patients understands is what we're dealing with and what the potential is. With Taylor, she was a RISR 0, meaning, or almost barely a 1 maybe at that point. And that means she has a lot of growth, a lot of development. If she has a 50-degree curve now, she can potentially have an 89-degree curve when she's done growing.
Dr. Tony took the time to make sure we understood and knew what the whole process was all about. So that, I think, really going, okay, we have the answers that we need. He's explaining it very clear for us to understand. He's talked about results that he's had, and that we just knew was the option that, fortunately, we had the means to be able to do.
After that intensive care, we're able to get her curve down to 36 degrees. To go from 51 to 30 degrees in the lumbar curve is a substantial change in a 10-day period of time. And what's very motivating for these kids is when they start seeing results.
I feel very happy, and it's just very relieving to know that it went down a lot and that what I've been doing really helped and that I'm not doing this for nothing.
So one thing you can't stop with kids is growth. Growth is a very powerful factor. And what I like to educate my patients on is that every RISR sign of development across the growth plate can potentially be 10 degrees of progression. When we first met her, she was barely RISR 1. When she came back for her second intensive here now in 2020, she was RISR 4. So if she was 51 degrees when I first met her, going 4 RISR, she potentially could be 40 degrees greater, which is 91 degrees. Well, we did see some progression, but we only saw her go from 36 to 41. Very small, 5 degrees of progression during all that growth is considered tremendous success. So what we did was we modified the brace, we modified her therapy, modified everything, reduced it back down again. We got her back down under 36 degrees, and things are looking really good.
She's a trooper, and again, today, seeing the results with the x-rays, talking with Dr. Tony, I think that was a reward for her to say like, okay, yes, all right, all this hard work is actually paying off.